welcome back to Systems. This is something we're going to be calling Misus. It is a horrid, horrid is to be figured out, but we're taking the game Mouse Guard, a beautiful, fantastic game that I love dearly, and Risus, a game that's easy to play, which is not what Mouse Guard is, and we've smushed them together to hopefully make an easier Mouse Guard. Overall concept, imagine if mice made civilization. Semi-humanist, human-like, walking on two legs, making buildings and carts and stuff. But they're still the same size. The world is a dangerous place. Overall, though, the thing that I'm happiest about is that we have the gang back together again. At least for this time. It's been a little while, but we have everyone. We've got Matt and Aaron and Becca. All right.
Woo, we're back.
Woo. We are so back.
We're back, baby. Ready to play some Misus.
Yep. Already. So just a couple of things before we get started. We're going to be giving it right now. It's trying to give credit to where credit is due, because we did not make these games, but we love them and enjoy playing them quite a lot. So if you want to hop in, well, not hop in necessarily, but if you want to play a game like we are, we're using two systems. Risus, the Anything RPG. It's by S. John Ross. And then the one that we're drawing a lot of inspiration from, Mouse Guard, is by Luke Crane and David Peterson. So those are the two games that we're using for inspiration and rule set. But I don't know about you, the best way to learn and figure stuff out is just to hop right in.
I'm ready to hop.
Do mice hop? I think they do. A little bit.
Field mice.
I think so. Probably hop.
Yeah. Not like as much as rabbits, but, we'll be fine.
It's a mix between hopping and scurrying.
I know there are weasels we've got to be careful about in this world. Are there rabbits as well?
Yeah, there are definitely rabbits. Whether or not you'll have to be careful about them depends very heavily on which rabbit you meet.
Dang
But-
rabbits.
I hope it's not the Watership Down rabbits.
Ugh. Watership Down scarred me as a child.
I never actually saw that.
Don't.
Have you heard?
Don't.
Here's a tip. Don't. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. Okay, so in a land not dissimilar from our world, the mouse territories have been safe for years. Civilization has been able to thrive, and advancements have been made to bring mouse kind to a place of relative comfort. Though they're still struggling, right? It's still hard. The world is hard out there. The rains still fall and the winds still blow. But the weasels are safe behind the scent barrier. However, a storm of legends is bearing down on the mouse territories. And while the strongholds in the center of the territories are well maintained and well provisioned to weather this storm, some of the outlying towns, communities, and villages aren't so lucky. And that is where it is the responsibility of the Mouse Guard to make sure that all of Mousekind stays and remains safe. In a muster hall in Lockhaven, Lady Vauckland, the essentially general of the Mouse Guard, addresses the crowd below her, a mix of tender paws and seasoned veterans. She says a storm of legends comes down from the northwest, but we will stand strong in the face of nature. Our outlying towns will need our support, however, if they are to make it through the coming week. Load up a cart with supplies and go and fortify your assignment from the storm. Make sure the town is safe, and for those heading east, make sure the scent barrier isn't damaged by the storm. You are to leave immediately. Godspeed. With that, the mice disperse, and kind of scattered throughout that crowd, we have our three guard mice that we are going to be following along with. In one of the corners of the room, closer to the back, there's a little gray mouse. They've been scribbling what Lady Vauckland has been saying into a notebook, and they look up as the final edict has been given, and Lizzie looks around. And Becca, would you care to introduce us a little bit more to your guard mouse?
So the little gray mouse is sitting in the corner of the room. She seems a lot smaller than a normal mouse is, but don't let her size deceive you in any way. She is one of the most prominent alchemist in the Mouse Guard, as she's trying to take after her father, who actually helped develop the scent barrier. And so she is very rarely actually seen out and about, because more often than not, she's hiding somewhere, either reading or doing more work.
Alrighty, as you kind of get ready, you know that you have been paired with 2 other guard mice for this this particular journey. You know, one of them, his name is Dunley. He's kind of a light brown wood mouse. But I mean, like, beyond that, I don't know. Dunley, have you and Lizzie had to interact with each other before, or would this be the first time you're on assignment together?
I think this would be the first time they're on assignment together. Dunley's been more of a wanderer for most of his life, and he hasn't been here for very long.
Alrighty. So as Lizzie goes looking through the crowd trying to find you, how is she gonna recognize you? What is she gonna see when she comes up to meet you?
Well, presuming she knows who to look for, maybe another mouse who doesn't know who his partner is, who he's supposed to be looking for. Dunley is he's a field mouse. He's like a light brown. He's a little old for a mouse, which is, what, 1 year?
We're willing to fudge it a little bit here.
All right, well,
Is
for
he like
however long.
65 mice years.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he's about 40 or 45 mice years old. He's got tiny little glasses on, and he's got like a little crossbow strapped to his back, and yeah, he's looking around and trying to find out, well, who is this other mouse that he's on assignment with? He doesn't really know anyone here.
I'm looking for a Dunley. Are you Dunley? She'll walk up to a group of mice. Is Dunley? Are any of you Dunley by chance? As she kind of is looking around. He
overhears this squeaking, and he kind of stands up and looks over. He goes, "Oh yes, I'm Dunley."
Oh, okay, great. Hello, I'm Lizzie. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Lizzie. It's nice to meet you as well.
So I guess there's one more we're supposed to find. Do you know where? Have you seen him?
No, I believe his name is Scallop.
Yeah, it's not Scallop. You're really close. Hold on. She starts flipping back through her notes a little bit. Okay, I have here written down. Okay, hold on.
Oh, I remember now. It's Scallion.
Scallion.
You guys hear from the other side of the room, Scallion, Scallion, Scallion.
Is that a crowd chanting, or is that you just pumping yourself up?
No, that's a crowd chanting.
It's both.
It's both.
And you see, standing on a chair on the other side of the crowd, there's a handsome blonde mouse with his cloak has a bit of a gold trim to it, and he's standing on one foot on a chair, and he has his sword, the hilt of his or the end of his sword balanced on the tip of his nose, and he's counting out loud, 31, 32, and then I want to see if I can break some sort of record. Can I make a roll, Trent?
Yes, absolutely. So this is going to be the first roll of the game. How Risus works is that you take 10 dice and divide them between cliches or kind of like general skills, you could say, that your character possesses. And then you try to beat a target number that I'm going to set. And so you're trying to balance a sword on your snout.
Yes, and impress everyone around me.
And impress everyone. Okay, I'm going to give this a difficulty of 10.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna use the my top cliche is swashbuckler, and I have 5 dice for that. So I'm gonna roll 5d6, and I got 20.
Alrighty, cool. Yeah. So you're sitting there. You sway a little bit enough to get the crowd riled up. There's the as you're able to like hold it after a little bit of what looks like a tipping, but you've got this down pat. That was an act. You're playing the crowd, and yes,
39, 40, and then I jump down and do a little flourish and catch the sword in my hand. All right, and I turn to one of the mice next to me and I say, "You, sir, owe me that bottle of red.
Dunley's gonna run on over. He very excitedly scampers over, and he claps his little mouse hands. He goes, "Oh, that was amazing! Oh, where did you learn to do that?"
Much practice, my friend.
Oh, I've seen some of the hill mice do tricks similar to that before, but not for nearly as long as you did.
And what would your name be?
Oh, I'm Dunley.
And good to
yours
meet you,
is?
Dunley. Scallion at your service.
It's a pleasure to meet you,
A
Scallion.
deep bow.
Lizzie's following right behind. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Lizzie.
Lizzie. Hello,
Yeah.
hello. What a coincidence. I think I'm supposed to go on a journey with a Dunley and Lizzie.
Oh, yes, of course. I believe we are part of the same Mouse Guard team.
Ah, perfect. That bottle. Where's that bottle? All right.
The mouse kind of like, you see, like, if we were imagining this as a TV show, you'd just see like the paw just like come in from out of frame, holding the bottle by the neck, presenting it to you.
I take it. Thank you, my good sir. Pleasure doing business with you. To my new friends, and I grab the cork in my teeth and try to pop it open to pour them each a glass.
Okay.
And I do so. I offer them each a glass of red.
Oh, I've never had any of this before. Okay. She'll kind of take it and take a little sip and then go, "Blah!" Just so good.
Dunley swirls it around for a moment and sniffs it and goes, the nose reminds me of the olden grape fields from further east.
A mouse of glass among us.
Oh, I dabble a little bit.
Well, I think we'll soon be fast friends. What's the first step on this journey? Good night's sleep? Or what time of day is it?
So it is fairly early morning. The Lady Vauckland has gathered you all.
Early wine.
Okay, let's.
No. If it's the character, if it's morning drinking.
Let me guess. According to Scallion, the best way to prevent a hangover is to never have one.
Of course.
Always be a little drunk. Right?
Always be a little drunk.
Lick of the dog. Hair of the dog? I'm not sure.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's fairly early morning because she knows that a lot of the mice, they have to think about where they're going, and then they have to prep their cart, they have to get heading on the road. You three are heading to a little town on the eastern border of the mouse territories called Thistleborough. It's about 2 days' journey from Lockhaven, where you are now.
All right. Well, when you're always at the ready, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. And I take another swig.
I'll be fine with just the one glass.
Oh,
This was really yummy, but I'm full. Thank you.
nonsense! This is your first time trying it? I want to try to convince her to drink the rest of it using my alcoholic skill. Gonna peer pressure her into drinking the rest of the wine.
Alcoholic skill. That's a combination.
Yeah, that's my third cliche is alcoholic.
This is a true statement. Okay.
I could also I'll use the alcoholic skill. Give it a
Okay.
chance to come up.
Yeah, we can do it. Cliche. Alcoholic cliche. Okay, so let me see. This would be considered like, I don't know. I would consider this like quasi-combat.
Mm-hmm.
You two just going up against each other, using appropriate cliches to get your outcomes.
Okay, I'm gonna use Bookworm to try to talk my way out of it.
Nice.
Okay, so Scallion is here, just like, no, come on, nonsense. If you haven't tried it yet, you need to give it a second go. And Lizzie's just like, but books. Think of the books.
It's that or going under the table. I don't know what you want from me.
All right, Lizzie, what did you get?
10.
Ooh, I only got 5. So I'm like, come on. It's more fun if you drink the whole bottle, or the whole glass. You'll enjoy it more.
So there was a book that I was reading that told me that it's probably not the best thing to be having, especially this early in the morning, because it can impair my thought process, and I just need to be able to think about what I'm doing, you know?
You know, that does make a lot of sense. And then I take the glass from her and I drink the rest of it.
Thank you for understanding.
Oh, and I kind of grab Dunley's shoulder and I'm like, just for a little bit of support, as I've just drank way too much all in a row.
Careful now. So where are we headed off again to for our mission?
We're going to Thistleboro.
All right. So do either of you know where that is? We should probably start getting going. I've got a cart already that's prepared with all of my knickknacks, so we can simply take that when we're ready to head off.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I have my bag already packed. I just need to go and get it.
Due east. All right. Yes, I believe I can meet you at the cart. I'll grab my things.
Yeah, me too.
Excellent. I'll be near the town entrance, east gate.
Okay, perfect. We will
Farewell till we meet again.
see you there soon. Yes.
Very
absolutely.
soon. Yes.
Alrighty. Let's.
There's a
follow... Yeah, I sent you. Yeah. So there's the map. Now the fun part about building a map for mice, right, is that all the kind of tools that you have are people scaled. So, when we look at the mouse territories, we have the quote unquote lake. The lake is a pond, more or less.
Yes.
Sensible.
The things that humans would consider wide rivers of many feet, what mice would consider wide rivers, almost impassable, are what people would consider mere trickles. Basically, how it's laid out is you're in Lockhaven, which is in the middle of the map. You're going to be following, there's a dotted line that follows a river for the most way. You're going to pass through one town called
Mosswood.
And then you're going to continue down to Thistleboro.
Near Weasel Country.
Near the Weasel Country, yep.
May I make a statement?
Yes. Did I spell weasel wrong?
Yes.
Near Wessel Country.
Weasley Country.
Weasley Country.
Weasley.
Duke of Wesselton.
But yeah, so the three of you kind of split up to go and prepare your things before going. We're gonna follow Dunley because I want to get a vision of this cart that you have. Right, you're a tinkerer and a traveler of the known world. Your cart's got to be something special and personal to you, or is it just like the most bog standard thing ever, and it's got like a tarp over it?
It's not incredibly spectacular, but it is, fairly sizable. It is like I don't know what the word for it would, a caravan, I suppose. It's a fully enclosed box on wheels, basically, that has a lot of just assorted small inventions and also a really high amount of supplies and materials used for building things. And he mostly just carries, walks it along. It takes a little bit of work, but there's a lot of good stuff in here that he needs at any moment.
Okay, yeah. When you say a lot of good stuff, how much room is there going to be for Lizzie and Scallion to put their things in your cart?
Not too much. Dunley was kind of less concerned about how much stuff they're bringing and more concerned about all of the stuff that he's bringing. He may be a mouse, but he is a little bit of a pack rat.
Alrighty. Perfect. Well, Dunley, while you get your cart prepared, Scallion, what are the top three things that you're bringing as you go to fortify the village of Thistleboro?
I'm gonna grab my tiny mouse-sized skillet and some. Gonna get some food. I just have a small pack with a bedroll and whatnot. I travel light.
Okay.
And of course, my sword and yeah.
How many types of booze are you bringing?
Oh, just something conservative. 3, 4
Liters.
Leaders.
I've got I'll just say I have as many hidden flasks on me as I have hidden knives.
Alrighty. And Lizzie.
So it's a wonder that a mouse as small as she is can carry a bag as big as hers. It basically just sits right on, as she's walking around, it sits right on top of her, and she almost looks like a beetle. The backpack is so big. Yet she seems to have no trouble carrying it. It seems to have all manner of vials and things sticking out of it. There's you can see clutches of different herbs and things hanging from the sides. What else is in there? Who knows? Very big. It seems like there's a lot going on, though.
Okay, so I'm getting very Russell from Up vibes.
Yes, very much so. She's trying to bring as much as she possibly can with her. maybe a whole library. We don't know.
There's just a bookcase.
A bookcase.
Just a straight up bookcase on.
Here's something fall over, and she goes, "Oh, the library."
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So you all you gather your things, and you meet up at the eastern, like I guess, gate of town, in your various states of readiness, I suppose. Anything interesting happen before you head off east?
Are there any other adventuring parties heading out east as well, or are they going in other directions?
Yeah, so most of the other parties are heading in different directions. Thistleborough and Mosswood are fairly isolated. The majority of the like towns for the mouse territories are actually located around the lake or to the northwest. But you three have been assigned to kind of wander into more or less the empty wilderness for these towns whose purpose is mostly just to maintain the scent barrier.
So, noticing on the map that there's a river that would take us to Mosswood, is there an opportunity, like as a member of the Mouse Guard, is there like a barge that would be available for us to use?
You could definitely go and find one. That's for sure.
All right.
I say, I will not dictate how you guys get anywhere. The only thing that's really important is that you do need your cart of supplies to make sure you can fortify Thistleborough against the coming storm.
Okay. I am going to, as a this is going to be a stretch, so it might be a harder roll, but as a frequenter of all the fine restaurants in the area, I know the fishermen that bring in like the freshest fish, and so I'm gonna see if I can convince one to allow me to borrow his boat for an important mission. So I'm gonna use my restaurant critic cliche.
Okay.
Since you mentioned fish, I'm imagining in my mind, to a bunch of mice, a fish is probably going to be like the size of a whale to us. So I imagine they're all like wailing, trying to get like one fish.
Yes, or it could just be like
they're trying to get like one salmon, and they're like surrounded by all of them, just like jumping in the river.
Oh yeah, yeah, and like goldfish are basically dolphins.
little tiny brine shrimp are like the normal like fish that are sold at markets and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Scallion, you go poking around, and you think of your contacts, and you end up, you find this one mouse. His name is Mortimer, and he is the proud owner of a barge. This barge has been constructed of little tiny twigs, with a nice deck made of leaves, bound together with blades of grass, and he's got really like thick and bushy whiskers. Like his snout has gone gray from the many years that the many mouse years he's spent trawling along these rivers, as ever changing as they are. And he looks at you as, so let me get this straight. You want to take my boat into Weasel Country?
Mortimer. I'm simply asking to borrow your vessel. With the storm coming up, I'm sure you aren't going to be fishing soon anyway. And yes, we would be taking it to Mosswood, and I'm sure everyone there would be very grateful to you. And perhaps any of the restaurants in Mosswood, you might be able to negotiate a better deal with it in the future because of this act of kindness. But of course, it's mostly just from the goodness of your heart.
Yes, but you see, one of the things that I've learned in my time is that the kindness of your heart doesn't put grain on the table for your grandmice.
Of course. Well, we've got to get grain on the table to the people of Mosswood anyhow. And I just wanted to see if you might be willing to do us a solid. Would now be a good time to roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what's the difficulty?
Let's see. So you're rolling your restaurant critic.
Yeah.
It's 3. I think this is going to be another rating 10. A challenge
Okay.
for a professional. In this case, it's a professional smooth talker.
All right.
10 for 3d6.
Yeah, I got a 12.
Alrighty. Alright. Yeah, Mortimer goes, I mean, I guess you can take it, Scallion. But, you must promise me 2 things. 1, you better come back in one piece. And 2, if you're heading out that far anyways, I want you to bring back a little souvenir for my grandmice.
You're a good mouse, Mortimer. You have my word. And I shake his paw.
Alrighty, he clasps yours.
One piece and a souvenir.
Yep. And you have a barge now. Do you know how to pilot a barge?
Absolutely not. Alright, it seems self-explanatory. I'm a swashbuckler. I don't think through my plans before I execute them, but I'm usually good at them anyway.
Alrighty. Well, this, I guess, presents the first challenge, more or less, for the 3 of you to figure out. You have a barge and a direction you need to head, but none of you are explicitly or particularly skilled in barge craft.
So, how does Scallion approach us with this? Because we're currently along the east gate. I don't know if we followed him for his barge thing or if he did that before meeting us at the gate.
That's a good question.
Now, I meet them and I say, my good fellows, I have a surprise for you. Come this way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right. Sure.
Oh.
Then I bring them over to the port and I show the barge. Surprise!
Where's the surprise?
It's right here. We've got a barge. Should
We've
get us
got
to
a
Moscow
barge.
twice as fast, hopefully.
Oh my.
Do you know how to boat a barge across the water? Pirate captain.
You know how to boat a barge?
Boat a barge.
Do you know how to boat? How do you drive this thing?
How do you drive a boat? I was trying to think of the right word and none of those were correct.
How do you boat this?
How do you boat it? I don't deal with these very often.
It can't be that complicated. I've faced many terrors. A barge should be simple. Besides, we have the famed inventor Dunley here with us.
Yeah, can I hear what this barge looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's this barge. It's more or less a square, right? And it's been made out of a couple of layers of sticks, right? So imagine you this, okay? So you've got like a layer. I'm gonna go top down, okay? So you've got a layer of leaves to make you a flat like surface to be on. Under that, you have a layer of decking, right? It's sticks that have been like weaved together and tied together with blades of grass. And under that, it's got 3 pontoons made out of like dried like cattails, you know, like the reed, like the big fuzzy part of the reed that looks like a hot dog, but don't eat it. Advice to the listener: don't eat cattails. Yeah, and then the like deck is lashed to those, so that's how it like floats and how it looks.
Okay. Yeah, Dunley would like to give this barge the one-over look and try to discern if he can use his intuition to see how it works and how it can be piloted quite easily.
I've seen people use them before. I think you use long stick.
I mean,
Long
for
stick
someone,
push thingy.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you just want to like pontificate on how this would normally be used, like you've seen people pilot these, and like Scallion's right, you generally have someone like pole it along with a long stick, but that's kind of slow and inefficient as far as like movement is considered.
Well, I'd like to maybe start off with Worldly Traveler, just so that we can I can pull on my previous travels to see if I've seen people pilot a barge before and how the best way to do it is until he can think of something better.
Oh, that's a great skill for this.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I mean, someone as traveled as you. I mean, I think this would be a cinch to figure that out. Just try to get a 5. It's basically guaranteed.
12.
Yep, you've you go back into the deep cavernous recesses of your mind and you think about all the travels you've had, the things you've seen, and all the many boats that you've looked at over the years.
Yes, I've seen many of these before in when I was further north, up near the 3 streams. Yes, it's quite easy. All we need is just some additional sticks with flat ends, and then we'll have two of us on the sides paddling forward so we can move along. Maybe in the meanwhile I can try to No, if the storm is coming, he holds like a mouse finger up. Can he tell what direction the wind is blowing?
Yeah, so the wind is blowing in a southeasterly direction, or, and speaking in other terms, the storm is northwest of you currently, moving in your direction.
I think in certain parts of the river, I can come up with some sort of makeshift sail, and then we'll be able to use the wind from the incoming storm to help propel us further through the river.
Dunley, you legend. I knew you were just the mouse for the job.
Oh, stop.
Oh, this is so nice. Okay. Do we have the paddles or the oars, or do we have to get them ourselves?
I just check on the barge to see if the oars are included.
Mortimer has run this craft solo for many years. He's needed nothing more than a stick.
Okay.
You're gonna
Long
have to make
stick.
oars if you want them.
Can we just like scrounge for one more stick? And Dunley wants to find some leaves that he can weave together later.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can just get the leaves and the stick. I feel like that's reasonable enough for you guys to acquire.
Perfect.
Great.
I mean, he's already got a bunch of toothpicks. He doesn't necessarily need another stick to build stuff, but
Yeah. So the three of you have a borrowed barge and the materials to make a couple of oars. I imagine you're gonna get yourself all shipshape and ready to sail, and then head off down towards Mosswood, or whatever I called it.
Absolutely.
Mosswood.
3 brave adventurers, a journey to Mosswood.
We are on our way. Yay!
All right. So how's it set up? Is like one of you like navigating in the lead and the other two are rowing? Is it all three of you rowing with kind of like two being power and one steering? Like, tell me how it's set up. Or is like one of you doing all the work while the other one like piddle farts around with something stupid?
I was probably going to be the latter.
Well, also, I was
maybe-
also probably going to be the latter.
Oh, maybe in the back, Dunley is kind of working as a rudder as well, helping correct course just a little bit every now and then, as he also works on the sail in the background. And he's also just trying to take in the sights a lot. As a traveler, he also just loves looking at the new places he's going through.
Lizzie will try and help row. We'll see how helpful she is.
I will man the long stick and regale my new friends with stories of my heroics and other people's heroics. I guess I don't need to be. This character doesn't need to be totally vain.
Yeah, not like your other characters.
I'm trying to think. I guess I don't want to make this character totally pompous and irredeemable. Not like my toad friend. What was that? Never mind.
Mr. Slimy.
Mr.
I digress.
Slimy.
Mr. Slimy, that's right. Yeah, this is not a recurrence of Mr. Slimy. Guy's a little. Scallion is a little pompous, but he's a good guy overall.
Perfect. Yeah. So in that case, what I would like you to do, all of you to do, is I want each of you to pick what you believe to be your most applicable cliche. Then roll that. We're going to take all three of you. We're going to add it together, and we're going to see how good you are as a team piloting this barge.
I genuinely don't know what my most applicable one. Probably alchemy, because she has to stir potions, flip pages of books.
I'll let you do that at half dice.
Okay, that works.
This is definitely still Explorer for me, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Worldly Traveler.
And while Swashbuckler is, it includes it includes Robin Hood and Zorro, but it also can include pirate stuff. So I'm sure that I at least have a lot of associates with boat skills. I'm using Swashbuckler.
Okay.
14.
12.
20.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Good
so
roll.
the Mortimer watches in like fear as the three of you like scurry onto his barge and like argue with each other. You crawling like as you guys are going where you need to go on the boat. Dunley is over here like ripping like breaking sticks over his knee and tying bits of bark onto the end to form oars. Scallion is like standing on top of Dunley's cart, just like pointing in a direction and being very showing a lot of bravado. Lizzie is holding this oar, having no clue what to do with it, and somehow in about 20 minutes, you guys go from just this crew of of just inexperienced landlubbers to scooting along the river at speeds this barge has never seen before.
Yes.
Cool.
Alrighty, and you all are successfully heading east towards Mosswood.
Hey all, hope you're enjoying the episode. We had a blast making this. We know there's some technical difficulties that we experienced, so it may not sound exactly the way you're used to, but we're just so happy that we were able to get back together and keep recording that we just decided to put it out. Hope you're enjoying this episode, and please keep listening. This is episode 1 of what will be 3. Next episode will come out in the normal time schedule, and then we'll be working on a review of the system Risus after that. So keep tuned. We're going to keep you updated with more stuff, but back to the show.
Well, this is going a lot better than I was expecting.
Oh, this is so wonderful.
What kind of dangers do we need to be careful of in our journey?
Well,
Storms.
yes.
Are there any predatory birds that we need to look out for, or big fish?
So you're not going to have to worry about big fish, right? So what, like, it's all a matter of scale, right? A river sizable enough to take a pontoon barge down with 3 mice is barely large enough for like a family of frogs to inhabit. Right? So it's that matter of scale and perspective. It's like you're not going to be dealing with fish. However, as mice, you are always on the lookout for predators. So, which of you is going to be like the one keeping an eye on things, making sure you don't get waylaid or attacked?
I feel like hiding would be a good skill for this.
You know, I can see if I can look and see anything. I tend to scurry away from most things, so we can see what happens.
I could also do skilled archer probably. I'd have to have a keen eye to look out for things.
I'll let you two decide between the two of you who wants to take like primary responsibility over that.
Have I
If you're okay
finished?
with me... Oh, go ahead.
Have I finished the sail and the rudder?
You will. It's just a matter of time. We haven't done we should probably do a roll for that and see how that's gonna go.
Fair. Okay. Let me roll my bamboo technology gadgeteer genius.
Yeah.
That's the flavor of gadgeteer genius, because obviously I'm not working with metal here.
Yeah. So we'll say that if you get below a 5, you somehow screwed up, but anything above that is just going to decrease the amount of time it takes.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 19.
Woo!
Okay. Yeah. So it's going to take you a couple of hours, but you'll get it done before midday.
Cool. Well, I guess I'll be busy working on that instead of keeping an eye out then, though.
I can try and keep an eye out and see what happens. Well,
Already.
I rolled a 5.
Woo!
Okay. So
Do I see anything?
5 when you only have 1 die. It's quite good.
that's very impressive.
My dice are doing me good today. This is not usually the case.
You some sort of dice doctor?
That's a bad one.
Wow.
That was terrible.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty good, honestly.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The dice are rolling as soon as she's not the dice doctor. As soon as I'm not the dice doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what happens, right? So you all are going along. 2.5 hours in. Dunley gets Scallion's attention, and he's like, "Hey," and you're like basically go, "Hey, help me put the mast up."
Hey, help me put the mast up, please.
Of course.
And while they are hauling the larger twig up in the center for the mast, Lizzie, you see a dark speck in the sky. It appears to be some kind of bird, but you don't know what it is yet.
I just want everybody to know that there is a bird. I don't know. I can't tell what it is yet, but I see something but you can never be too careful. So, yeah.
Yes, to cover.
Well,
Right.
I mean,
Where are we going to find cover?
yeah.
You guys,
We're on a boat.
This is a true statement. So yeah, you guys, I'll give you a little bit of the lay. So like this is like it's light woodland, you know. So there's some shrubs, some ground foliage. Every now and then there's just these absolutely gargantuan trees from your perspective, and you all are on a little boat. There's your context for the world.
Are there any shrubs hanging over the stream close by?
Not close by. You do see one. It's a little ways down the stream. It'd be risky to go for it, but possible.
All right. I say we dash for cover.
All right. If we dash for cover, perhaps we can quickly anchor our raft and find cover somewhere. But if not, I'm prepared to defend myself. And Dunley grabs his little crossbow and he fetches a toothpick from his cart.
Aha! A brave man. Okay, alternate idea. We cast the anchor now and use our cart as bait, and you stand by with your crossbow.
I prefer the first idea.
All right,
I
to
would prefer
cover!
hiding. Yeah, good idea.
I brandish my long stick. Quick! Let's row! Let's row!
Okay. And start rowing.
And Dunley is gonna climb on top of the cart and keep an eye fixated on the bird now.
Okay, alrighty. So, Aaron, as someone with more experience with the game, this kind of feels like it'd be a single roll contest, right? You all on how fast you can make the boat go versus the bird spotting you.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Alrighty. Okay, cool. So, we're gonna do a single roll contest. I'm gonna take the 5 dice that the bird has in Predator, and we're gonna roll against whatever cliche that you believe will help you most in getting to cover quick.
Dangerous race against time.
Indeed.
Perhaps the swashbuckler ability. What do you guys think?
Better than anything I've got.
Yeah, I think I'm on the defense right now, so I don't know if I'm actually helpful. At least not in terms of going faster.
I think you've got the best option.
Sounds like
All
we're
right.
going against swashbuckler, bird against blade, or at least blade master.
What did the bird get?
11.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't think he has to tell you yet.
I got an absurdly good roll of
Another 20.
27.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You did what?
It was 4 6s and a 3. Yeah, 4 6s and a 3. That was incredible.
Good heavens.
That's bananas.
Okay, well,
This was 27 out of 30 because it's 5D.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. Absurdly good is the way to describe that. Jeez. Okay, cool.
Proof.
Well, I hand
screenshot it.
I hand the narrative to you on a silver platter.
We start. I'm pushing with the stick, and Lizzie is helping row, and we strike the perfect flow like a professional rowing team, and scoot forward along the river and right under the leaves of the bushes before the bird makes its round.
Yeah, Scallion and Lizzie, you guys you get in this great rhythm. Dunley, you immediately furl this sail that you put all this work into making. The second it's up, it has to go down, and you all like Tokyo drift, slide, splash into this little overhang where the leaves are. And you grab some like little spindly branches and just hold the boat in one place. And you stay there for a second, and all is quiet, and the only thing you hear is the lapping of the water, the rustle of your bush through the leaves, and then you see this black shadow just whiz over you, blocking the sun out for a moment. There's like a large screech owl, just kind of flies over and then continues on its way.
Oof.
Oh my. Those things don't normally go out during the day.
That's the worst kind of bird. Oh,
Have you ever seen an owl pellet? You can never forget it once you've seen one.
Yes, it's quite horrible.
I guess I'm lucky. I haven't seen one yet, but I also don't venture out much.
There are many things out there that are worth seeing, but there's give and take with the big wide world out there.
Well, do you think we're safe now?
Yeah, you give it a couple of minutes, and then you can see the owl kind of disappear into the sky. The sky is getting darker as the clouds from the northeast, the northwest. They're starting to build on the horizon. These deep, dark, black, menacing clouds, telling of the impending storm coming to ravage the land that you are on a quest to prevent.
Well, we should probably keep going.
Yes, of course.
Sally ho.
Okay, off we go.